Spencer, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you
Please
too.
tell us something about your background. You have a very unusual background.
Well, I studied Chinese and Japanese studies at the University of Albany in New York.
And you also studied other things there, like philosophy, religion, spirituality,
Yes, I studied Buddhism.
and meditation.
Yes,
You're fluent in Chinese
and Japanese.
and Japanese. That's an amazing accomplishment. Do you have any questions on Jewish meditation?
Yes.
Please tell me, please ask.
Well, what exactly is Jewish meditation?
If the subject of the meditation is something that we do not want to learn any more about, like in Buddhist meditation on a glass apple, they don't want to learn much about the glass apple. They're using it as a tool to focus on, or a flame. Then the mind becomes passive and relaxed. Or if we meditate on some subject that we want to know more about, like where is God, and you think deeper and deeper, or in Buddhist meditation, the nature of self, then the mind becomes active. So all meditation will pretty much fall into either active or passive. But the big differences between our techniques and the Buddhist techniques are our goals. Where the Buddhist goal primarily, generally speaking, is detachment.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Detachment, remove suffering, prevent reincarnations. The Jewish goal is to attach properly. Buddhism teaches that this world is really an illusion, like nothing, and really everything is really nothing. That's not so far away from what the Torah says. The Torah says that this physical world is being made from nothing. Yesh me'ayin, it's called. It's still being made out of nothing. But the big difference is Buddhism says since it's basically nothing, don't move, don't make waves, you have to ride on the waves. We say, now it is something. It's here for a purpose, and we should fulfill our purpose by using it for holy purposes. How do we do that? We elevate the world. We take food and we make it proper food, holy food. Our actions, we make holy actions. And then instead of leaving the world, we elevate the world. Let me give you a clue how you can find your goal in a Jewish way and not stray so far from a Buddhist concept. One of the things that the Buddhists seek for is the nature of self. Now, self is such a thing where you can point to it, but you're not going to grab it. But let me show you a way to find it. Say, I am standing here talking to Gutman. Say that.
I am standing here talking to Gutman.
Now take a take on that. Figure out, what do you mean I am standing here talking to Gutman? You got an idea. Now say the same sentence and take out I am and put in it is and say it.
It is standing here talking to Gutman.
What happened different?
Well, I guess I eliminated my idea of I.
Explain, please.
Well, calling myself an it takes me into an objective stance on who I am.
Ah, okay, so then if this, which was I am, now became it, who's talking?
I don't know.
You. And we teach that the body is a garment, a vehicle that we ride in. Now the soul, without a body, cannot do anything in this world. And the body, without a soul, is dead. So we have to have them both. So our job is to have the soul influence the body so it makes proper decisions so that we live a holy life. Okay, now let's look at light. Like sunlight. We can't see the light, goes too fast. But if we bend it through a prism, what do we see?
Colors.
7 colors. Okay, now with this finger point to the blue light and with this finger point to the red light. How many lights you pointing at?
2.
1 light. 2 colors.
I see.
Got it? Okay, now, the world is basically like colors and shapes and forms, but it's really made out of 1 light. Well, now, the big difference between us and Buddhism, because that's pretty close to what they say, is that we say that the world is made out of light, and there's a light without end, but we also say there's one that brings this light without end into being. That's the creator of the universe. All existence is one. The Torah says there is God and nothing else. So for our passive meditation, we'll watch the breath. And for your passive meditation over there, they'll watch the breath too. But if you just watch the breath and don't do anything more, you'll detach so far away that you may not go to work in the morning. So what we do is add an active aspect to that meditation. By every few cycles, we remember the line of the Torah that God breathes the breath of life into man. And just like does God breathe in your life, his life breathes everybody's life. So now we think about God and what's going on, then we go back to the passive. All meditation have certain benefits in common. Reduce blood pressure, reduce anxiety and depression. So whichever one you're going to have, you'll have these physical benefits. But whether or not there'll be a spiritual benefit will depend upon your understanding of the nature of existence. Where Buddhism apparently says, and sometimes they change, there is no God. Their only objective is to detach from the universe and leave it. Where we say there is a creator, our job in meditation is to reveal God's presence and try to learn how to serve him better. Our objective is not to remove desires, but to direct our desires to use them for good. Because our goals are different, our meditations are different. Because if the goal is just to detach, then I would use just a passive, look at their glass apple forever. You'd be totally detached. But that doesn't satisfy a Jewish goal, because a Jewish goal includes family and making the world a better place. How many years have you spent studying Buddhist philosophy in Chinese?
It's probably been around 5 or 6 years.
5 or 6 years. Come study the path you were born to. You were born as a Jew. It's only natural you should follow the Jewish path.
I just might.
You
We'll
will.
see.